Hey everybody, today I'm going to be talking about lip piercing aftercare and how to take care of a new piercing. So let me go ahead and begin. Firstly, I'd like to talk about cleaning a new piercing. You can use either antibacterial hand soap that is scent-free or sea salt. I like to use the sea salt because I have overly sensitive skin. I know some people may have this problem, some people may not. So for people with overly sensitive skin, I recommend using sea salt mixed with distilled water. How you'd make that is 8 ounces of distilled water, heated or warmed to a temperature that you're comfortable with, nothing that's going to burn you, and then mixing in a pinch or 1/8 of a teaspoon of sea salt. Sea salt is different from table salt because it doesn't contain, I think it's iodized, I don't know. But sea salt and regular salt aren't the same thing, so you want to make sure that you go out and pick you up some sea salt. And then once you've mixed it in with your water, you're going to want to let that dissolve, and then use a Q-tip to dip into your water and then to clean around your piercing. You're going to want to make sure that you clean the inside and the outside of your piercing so that you can get rid of any of the crusties or the sebum that builds up on your new piercing. After you've done the sea salt soak, you can also take like a cotton swab or a clean paper towel and dip it into your saltwater mix and let that set on, and then place the paper towel over your piercing and inside and out, and let that set there for 5 minutes just so it can loosen up any of the dead skin cells that may be there or any stubborn sebum that's not coming off. So that's how I like to clean it, and I use that mixture 2 or 3 times a day depending on how dirty it feels or how discomforting it feels. The sea salt soak actually helps to relieve any discomfort that you may have, and it alleviates any itching or pain that you may be feeling from it, from the swelling or from the initial piercing itself. Okay, so nextly I'd like to talk about what's normal for a new piercing. Bleeding, bruising, swelling, and itching is not uncommon for a new piercing. With any puncturing of the skin, bleeding or bruising can occur, and especially with piercings, especially with my piercing, with my sensitive skin, mine is kind of itchy, and using the sea salt once or twice a day does help it, but I would recommend that if you have sensitive skin, not to overly clean your piercing, because overly clean your piercing not only dries out your skin, but it can also cause you, for you to, I've lost my train of, okay, sorry. It can also cause a delay in the healing process of your skin. Also, sebum, you may have heard me say that a few times, is also not uncommon with a new piercing. Sebum is a mixture of blood, plasma, lymph, and dead skin cells that mixes together and forms almost like a pus that comes out of your piercing, but it's not a pus. How you know the difference between pus and sebum is that pus is usually yellow or green and indicates an infection, while sebum is clear or a whitish color and indicates a healing process. Nextly, what is abnormal with a piercing? Abnormal is, again, pus coming out of it. You don't want pus to come out of it because that indicates an infection that needs to be taken care of by either going to your doctor and letting them prescribe you something, or having your doctor prescribe you an antibiotic, and that can help clear that up. Now, some things to avoid when you get a new piercing would be definitely alcohol, in the drinking kind or in the rubbing alcohol kind. You never want to clean your piercing with rubbing alcohol because that can delay the healing process. Also, you should not clean your piercing with peroxide because it also delays the healing process. You should also avoid things like Bactine or Neosporin because they can form a sticky layer around your piercing that can cause a delay in the healing as well. They're not made for healing a piercing. They're made for healing a cut or a scar. I mean, not a scar. A scar's already healed, but it's not made for a piercing. It's made for a cut, and it won't help heal your piercing properly. Also, you want to avoid swimming in large bodies of water because they usually harbor bacteria, which is very unhelpful when you're wanting your piercing to heal. And also, you should avoid oral contact. That means kissing or other types of oral contact. Do you feel me? Okay, yeah, you should avoid that for at least 1 to 2 months. I mean, you can give your boyfriend or your girlfriend, whatever, a peck on the cheek or on the lips, but you shouldn't, you should never, you know what I mean, like French kiss or anything like that until your piercing is healed, because you don't want to exchange bodily fluids, and you definitely don't want someone else's bodily fluids getting into your piercing, because that can cause infection. Okay, yeah, so if you have any questions, or if you want to, know anything, you can just comment me below, and don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. So, thanks guys, bye.